So you're going to need a sheet of paper and some crayons, markers, or color pencils with all of the basic colors of red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and violet. When you get your sheet of paper, you can turn it any way you want to. You can have it landscape or portrait orientation. And the first thing you're going to do is you're going to draw 3 circles. You can also do this on chrome canvas if you would like to. Or you can do it on a regular sheet of paper along with the coloring supplies I just told you about with red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and violet. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to draw 3 circles in a triangle formation. So you're going to just draw a circle at the top and leave some space because these are just going to be our primary colors. I'm going to put an R inside the top circle. I'm going to put a Y in the second circle, the one in the bottom right corner, and then I'm going to put a B in the circle on the bottom left. These are your 3 primary colors. So I'm going to put R, Y, and B equals primary. This will be on the side as a little color key. Now, in between your primary colors, you're going to make a little triangle. Make sure it's in the middle because we're also going to be adding things in between the triangles and the circles later on. So in the middle between your primary colors, you're going to put a triangle. Inside of these triangles, you're going to put them in this order. You're going to put the letter O for orange in the first triangle in the upper right corner. You're going to put a G for green in the triangle at the bottom. And you're going to put a V in the triangle over on the left side for violet. And on your key over here, you're going to put O, G, V equals your secondary colors. Now, in between your circles and triangles, you should have enough space for 6 squares. So in between the circles and the triangles, we're going to put a square into each space. So you should have a total of 6 rectangles or squares. They don't have to be perfect. So between the circles and the triangles, you're going to have a square. So you should have 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And what these are going to be are called tertiary colors. And I'm just going to put this over here on the side right now so you can see how it's spelled. A tertiary color is a combination of a primary and a secondary color. And when you're naming a tertiary color, you always name it with the primary color first. So it's always going to start with a red, yellow, or blue. It doesn't matter what order it comes in on the wheel when you're going clockwise or counterclockwise. It just matters that when you're naming a tertiary color, you always name it with the primary color first. So it will always start with red, yellow, or blue. And the way you name each one of these squares is simply by adding the primary color and the secondary color next to the square together. So red and orange is going to be called red-orange. And like I said before, you always name it with the primary color first, with a little hyphen. So it's red-orange. Next, you have a square or a rectangle right between orange and yellow. And you do not call it orange-yellow because you always name with the primary color first. So this would be called yellow-orange, dash orange. This one would be yellow, green. Oops, let me erase that a little bit. This would be blue-green. This will be blue-violet. And this would be red-violet. So I'll just put a little square right here so you know that these are tertiary colors. Now after you get all of these labeled, all these circles, squares, and triangles labeled, the last step is to just color them in, and that will be the final part of today's lesson. When you're coloring in red and orange together, all that means is that you're adding a little bit of red along with some orange. And to make orange, you need yellow and red. So basically, red-orange would be a darker version of orange. So if you're doing it on canvas, you could just simply go to the orange and choose an orange between the red and orange on the slider right here. As long as it's a darker orange, you can just draw a box around it like that. Whereas orange would be lighter in color. Just do that. And yellow-orange means that there's more yellow in the orange, so it would be a lighter orange, so you can slide it between there. If you're doing it with marker or color pencil, just add a little bit extra primary color to the secondary color. So add a little bit more yellow to the orange on this when you're mixing it, and add a little more red to the orange when you're doing red-orange. After you finish coloring around your shapes, your circles, rectangles, and triangles, just make sure you write your name down in the bottom corner and then put it in your portfolio. You're going to need this for our next project meeting on Zoom. So just write your name and make sure you keep this in your portfolio. That'll be it for today. I hope you learned about colors.